Welcome to the experience and the latest pop culture news. I hope you guys had a great holiday week if you are in the US. And if you're outside the US, I hope you had a nice weekend. Pretty much, yeah. All right, let's get to the news, shall we? A while back, Quentin Tarantino was talking about how he had zero interest in seeing Denis Villeneuve's newest adaptation of Dune. He pretty much said, "Well, I saw the David Lynch one back in 1984. Don't care to see the new one." Well, another top director, Christopher Nolan, has not only seen them but is singing their praises. Now, of course, this is not the first time Frank Herbert's work has been adapted, but what Tarantino says is that doing another Dune, he's seen the sandworms, he's seen all that stuff, and it's just Hollywood's overuse of rebooting. But Villeneuve says, no, that's not the case. He went back to the source material, so this is a brand new adaptation. It's not a reboot. Now, Nolan said of the film, taking the second half and making incredible conclusions of the story. What a remarkable piece of work. If to me Dune was like Star Wars, then Dune 2 is The Empire Strikes Back, which is my favorite Star Wars film. I think it's just a great expansion of all that was introduced in the first one. What I was really struck by is a sense of immersion in the world. It's a film that has so many unique images, so many things you've never seen before in this movie, time after time. And I was so struck by the detail of everything. Now, the films have spawned a prequel series, Dune Prophecy, which is currently airing on HBO. I think episode 3 just dropped on Sunday. And Villeneuve plans to start filming the third film in the series based on Herbert's follow-up novel, Dune Messiah. Now, that's going to be starting in either late 2025 or early 2026. All right, moving on. Many fans were worried that the purchase of Fox by Disney would force the Deadpool franchise to kind of tone it down in some of the over-the-top and raunchy humor, especially the jokes made at the company's expense. But during the press tour for Deadpool and Wolverine, star Ryan Reynolds said there was only one joke that the company asked to have cut, though he didn't say what it was at the time. But now Disney's FYC online portal has released the official script, and the joke is still in it. Now, taking place in the void, when our heroes learn that Magneto was already dead, Deadpool breaks the fourth wall and says, F, what, we can't even afford one more X-Men? Disney is so cheap, I can barely breathe with all the Mickey Mouse C in my throat. Yes, I'm editing myself, but you get the idea. Director Sean Levy had previously told Entertainment Weekly that they had made a pact to go to their graves keeping the line a secret. Well, they didn't share it, Disney did. But he did say that the line Reynolds offered to replace that one was, he said, I will say that it was replaced with an equally dirty line of dialogue about Pinocchio shoving his face up Deadpool's butt and starting to lie like crazy. I was like, Ryan, that's your replacement line in response to, can we clean it up? That's Ryan for you, audacious to the very edge. You can, of course, enjoy the film now on Disney+. With recent release of The Penguin, there were a lot of people asking where Batman was, Robert Pattinson's character, during this whole kerfuffle that Oz had caused, Colin Farrell. Now, the Batman director, Matt Reeves, told Digital Spy a bit about where Bruce Wayne was, at least where his head was, going into the sequel, which is said to pick up right after The Penguin and started immediately after the first film. So it's still pretty close to the whole Riddler causing the flood thing. He said this was a time of great turmoil in the city. It's literally the week after what happened. Much of the city is in desperation, so the police can't go everywhere. There's crime everywhere. It's very, very dangerous time. Batman's out there trying to grapple with the aftermath of everything that happened, which to some degree he blames himself for. Now, thanks to a previous interview with Sci-Fi Magazine, Reeves had said the sequel, it's going to dig into this epic story about deeper corruption and is going into places Bruce Wayne couldn't even anticipate in the first one. The seeds of where this goes are all in the first movie, and it expands in a way that will show you aspects of characters you've never got to see. Batman is constantly battling these forces, but those forces can't be entirely exorcised, so the next movie delves deeper into that. Now, the script is still being finalized, but the film is still slated for an October 2026 release. And I think that quote from Sci-Fi Magazine is why a lot of people are thinking that the film is going to be about the Court of Owls. All right, film coming out next year, Fantastic Four First Steps, has wrapped principal photography. But the buzz around it isn't so much about the film as a mysterious actor that had been seen on set recently. On the day before Thanksgiving, video of an actor being led to the set while covered in a blanket hit the internet, leading to just a ton of speculation on who it could be. Now, the film already has Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Eben Moss-Bacharach, Julia Garner, Ralph Ineson, Paul Walter Hauser, Natasha Lyonne, John Malkovich, and even Sarah Niles. But this appears to be someone different, someone Marvel very much wants to keep a secret. But now an image has hit the web, which was shared by Scooper My Time to Shine Hello, showing Pascal at the film's wrap party along with a mysterious figure whose face is covered in the picture. It's got some, trademark or water stamp over it. Well, many are speculating this person could be Robert Downey Jr., with the idea that he's playing Dr. Doom, so maybe he shows up for the end credit scene or something like that. Well, that makes a lot of sense story-wise, but if you look at the person in the image with Pascal, he has a beer in front of him, and it's known that RDJ does not drink anymore. He's sober, so it doesn't make sense that would be him. So while speculation will continue, we know that the film is moving into post-production and it still appears to be on track for the July 25th, 2025 release date. Now, we are about to see the debut of a new Disney Plus series, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and that's coming from Spider-Man No Way Home director John Watts. Now, in a recent interview with TV Line, Watts explained just how the Jude Law series even got started. He said it started at just a simple pitch, which is a group of kids that don't really know that they're in the Star Wars galaxy, which then they get lost in the Star Wars galaxy and trying to find their way home. Now, I don't think he means that they're like in our galaxy and suddenly they end up in Star Wars. It just means that they don't know about the world of Jedis and TIE fighters and empires and stuff. They're pretty much isolated on their home world. He said, and I pitched it a long time ago. I pitched it right after the first Spider-Man Homecoming movie, in which I was initially pitched it to Lucasfilms as a movie, and then I had to go make two Spider-Man movies because the first one did all right. All right, geez. Over time, Jon Favreau made The Mandalorian, and Disney Plus came into existence, so it evolved as the Spider-Man movies were being made into a show. And that gave us more time to explore the galaxy and get into the world of piracy and have a little bit more fun with it. And once I finished the third Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, we could finally get to work making it. Now, Watts went on to share one thing he loves about the franchise. He says, what I like about Star Wars, and Andor did it so much with this, which I really loved, is you can take any moment or any character in Star Wars, and because it feels like such a dense, complex, real galaxy, you can follow them home. Like, I'm curious to know the life of everyone in the Cantina Band. Where did they come from? How did they meet? Did they play any other gigs? Are they there all the time? Are they a house band? So it sounds like that's kind of, and I've done that too, where you look at a character going, I want to know more about that one. That sounds like what John Watts did. All right, and then Toonami shared a clip from the upcoming Creature Commandos animated series from DC Studios, which debuts later this week on December 5th. The scene shows the team on an airplane heading for a mission as Rick Flag Sr., played by Frank Grillo, or voiced by Frank Grillo, however you want to put that, tries to address them. The scene includes the bride, Indira Verma, Nina Mazursky, Zoe Chow, Dr. Phosphorus, Alan Tudyk, G.I. Robot, and Weasel, both voiced by Sean Gunn. But he didn't really say a lot as Weasel, just more of grunts. Anyway, the scene gives us a bit of their personality. We show that Nina is very shy. The bride doesn't want to be bothered and is just kind of, being forced to do this. Phosphorus is an outright liar. He will lie to your face. Robot is obsessed with killing Nazis to the point where he will extrapolate to make somebody a Nazi. And Weasel, again, just is the same character from the Suicide Squad. And we even get a reference to that mission. So that's the connecting the dots thing where Suicide Squad and Peacemaker and stuff like that, they're only canon when it's referred to, if that makes sense. Though Peacemaker Season 1 is supposed to be canon, everything other than the part where the Justice League showed up at the end. All right, that's the news, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button. I always forget to ask for that. Also, later today, we have comic reviews with Minute to Skim It. We have The Mindhunter and Kicking It with Henri. And then I'll be back on Thursday to tell you why Ant-Man may be Marvel's best franchise. Take care.